Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad to hear this Friday morning. Got a big show lined up, but first our weather brought to us by Haney Tactical Center. And it continues to be hot. It's going to be high 91, a low 78. And it looks like we're going to have the same water temperature of 85 degrees for the weekend. All right, let's take a look at our river readings. We're looking at the Apalachicola. We talked about it. It's at a 3.5 this morning. It's going to be there Saturday and Sunday. Okay, the Choctawhatchee at Caryville. We're looking at it's going to be not much going on there. If I can get my all right, here we go. The Choctawhatchee at Caryville is just flatline for us. It's at a 4.1, it is staying there. I mean, there's just no movement whatsoever. So you're not going to have a lot going on there as far as water movement, but you can get up in those sloughs. Even at 4 foot, you can get up in some of those little sloughs and have a good catch, I think. Now, we're talking about the tide chart for the weekend. Today is hardly any tidal flow at all. Looking on into Saturday, we've got a little bit of a bump Saturday. We've got it dropping off a little bit. The tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery, and their motto is when carrying counts. The high tide will be at 1:44 this morning and low tide at 10:50. Not much activity, but if you look on Saturday's chart, we've got a little bit, and then Sunday not much, but starting next week we'll start getting it back. Okay, marine forecast is west-southwest at about 5 to 10. Now about a 40% chance of rain, and I always caution you, especially going into the weekend, about these summer thunderstorms. There's a lot of humidity in the air, and you get any kind of little cold air mixing in with it. It just really can be a volatile mixture. So be careful, and also be careful of out there in the water and all. Just I see the other day on news that we haven't had any drownings recently, so we want to keep that going. So just be careful. And you got folks coming down and not familiar with the area. Try to educate them on it. All right, let's look at our fishing game times. Brought to us by Mark Coward of Edgewater Beach Realty. His number is 832-6000. Our time, we're looking at 4:47 this morning, 4:47 and 6:47. And this evening, 5:13 to 7:13. So there'll be some good times right there. All right. Just got off the phone with Seaquarters Marina. We'll give you their fishing report at the end of the show. Let's go ahead and take our break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Sure glad you're with us this morning. First of all, this Sunday morning, Cast and Call Outdoors. That's with Whitney Woodrick, and her dad Walter helps her with it, and that's going to be on at 6:30 on Fox 28 this Sunday morning. This issue will be on turkey hunting, so you don't want to miss that. And they follow the format of the outdoor channels and how they do all their programs and all. It's really been interesting. And don't forget the expo, the Buckmasters Expo this weekend. We'll be up in Montgomery, Alabama, and they'll have a booth up there. I'm gonna be walking around, but they're gonna have all kind of stuff. They're gonna have T-shirts in their booth and have some of my books in the booth and all. I'll be glad to sign them and all kind of have some dadgum poles up there also. So you can go just bring you some money and buy you some stuff there. I've never been to the Buckmasters Expo. I'm looking forward to it. A lot of people told me that being up there said it's very, very enjoyable. So hope to see some of y'all up there. Okay, now. We want to talk about what's going on today. We got a video. Now Monday will be one of those all day. I mean, the whole show will be the video on fishing on a Seminole Wind, grouper fishing with Billy Archer. I have my good buddy Scott Lindsay went on a trip with us. And that's always a hoot to have him along. So he's going to be on there, and all those good friends of ours from Gulf Power. So that's going to be on Monday's show. So looking forward to that. The next week we're still trying to catch up on everything. That's why today we're going to show this video, which is the end of the Seaquarters tournament. We're coming in, got to weigh in, got a couple of good interviews there, and it's hard. It's like the red fishing trip to Louisiana. I spent 36 hours to go to Louisiana and driving and red fishing and all, and to come back with a 20-minute show. It's just hard to do 5 shows a week like that. So on the Seaquarters, I spend Friday, Saturday, and Sunday down there, and it's hard to get it in 20 minutes. So that's why we had an overlap, and it's just some good quality stuff of real people doing real things. So that's why we're going to finish up this 10 minutes or 9 minutes something of video in a good way and a good interview at the end, and then we'll come back and do our famous Friday fishing forecast. Okay? look at the time. We got 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Thank you. They're waiting in line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give it to your crew so they can
We're right here.
Which one's the biggest here? Tell you what, not only do these guys fish the tournament, but they help this tournament an awful lot with promotion and talking about it on TV leading up to the tournament over there on Fox 28 in Panama City. And I'll tell you what, they've been a wonderful help with the tournament. And I really do think them and Coastal Angler and some of the other people helping promote it this year made a difference in the number of people we have coming.
$22.3.
22.3 on that one, so that's a bit bigger.
$22.4.
And just eked it out, that's the bigger one, 22.4.
All right, folks, we're on day 2 of the 11th annual shootout, the Kingfish Shootout. I believe Kenyon has one on back here. A lot rough for the day. 11th annual Sea Quarters Marina, the Kingfish Shootout. Nice shark.
Don't you get this on video, because you see that little green thing hanging out of his mouth?
Uh-huh.
That's Paige's fish he told me to put on my hook. It is. It's made out of rubber bands.
Okay, we got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
He's still, Steve. That hook wasn't coming at it.
There you go.
My daughter Paige,
Okay.
she's 10 years old, into the loom thing, making bracelets. And she made me a fish out of the rubber bands to bring on this tournament.
All right.
And I told her I would use it. So there it is.
There you go. All right, Kenyon pulled up a trigger fish. Good job, Kenyon. Is that your first trigger fish?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's a nice one, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
We've got a variety of fish on this trip. A little rough for today, huh, Captain?
Yes, sir, it is. It's time to catch a king, though.
All right, we're looking for one.
We look.
Thought we had a king on here, but it's another shark. All right, I've got a barracuda on. Where is he?
He's right down here. Here he comes.
He's probably tired. He jumped like a tarpon. Oh, folks, look at those teeth. Look at that. King was a small one. All right, folks, you don't really need to be doing this. The fact that it's illegal, I think it ties with that. I'm doing this rough weather anyway. Y'all do this, guys? When? No. What you doing?
No. Look at him. Look at him.
Okay.
See, look what happened. Now you cook.
Now,
Look at him. Pull him off. You get all that?
I got all that.
Now what you gonna do?
Now it's off the rope.
Get another bear.
Hey, y'all, watch this. Let's go, Wink.
Don't start it yet.
But Lord knows he needs all the help he can get.
Looks like you got something, Tommy.
Well, he might be a money fish. It is a nice fish.
27.9.
Oh, I think it said 44. Yeah. 27. You have dyslexia.
27.9 on that fish. That is a nice fish.
Turn around here.
2.8. All right, the guys are bringing some bigger fish in today for sure. $25.9. Or hit 26. Come some more in.
We could keep up with them.
Starry Navi. They're trying to decide if they want to weigh any of these other ones.
Paid on both. That's why it stays there.
I see one boat in the river, well, actually two, 35.1 pound fish right now.
Folks, always interesting who you run into at a kingfish shootout over here. I want to introduce you. This is David Barber. Y'all heard of Barber Seafood down here in East Point, Apalachicola area. And David, you fish it also, don't you?
Yes, sir.
But now you've been a big seafood man a long time, right? Your family?
Well, for a long time, family has.
Well, I just heard something. Well, I came over to introduce myself to you. I just heard something really good about what you do. You buy the seafood from them. Tell us sort of what you do.
Well, we'll buy the kingfish tomorrow, and we'll weigh them out and sell them, and then we'll give the money back to the Leukemia Foundation at the Kingfish Shootout.
That's great. I just want to thank you for doing that on behalf of Panhandle Outdoors.
Yeah, it's a nice tournament, and it's we don't have a lot of them down here, but this is one of the good ones.
Yeah, that's good. Well, listen, great to meet you, and thank you for doing that. And folks, this is what this big tournament's about. Okay, thank you. We'll see you again soon. All right, we're wrapping it up here. We're cleaning the boat up back to sea quarters and all. It looks like 35 pounds is going to win it, and we didn't quite make it this time.
No,
But we had a great time.
did.
Always.
Caught fish. It was fun. Hey, Panhandle Outdoor fans, glad to have y'all with the show.
Now, didn't you tell me half of our ought to be watching this show now?
There's a lot of us to be watching the show.
Right. Well, as always, until next year, enjoy it, buddy. We'll fish you more.
Thank you.
Good job. Rookie of the year right here. Good
to meet you.
Captain Wendy?
Yes, sir.
Enjoy it, buddy.
My pleasure.
All right. All right, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that. You can see just the atmosphere and how people feel about helping out there. It's just a wonderful thing. And if you have any fishing tournaments or anything, and I know we have some coming up in the fall about how you're going to help people as a fundraiser for different things, just get a hold of me. You're welcome to come on the show and talk about it, promote it. And we just like to do good things for folks and help them out. All right, now let's get started on our famous Friday fishing forecast brought to us by Tarpon Dock Seafood. But first, speaking of Tarpon Dock, let's get our drawing. The first one is going to be for $20. So he's going to win the $20 worth of seafood from Tarpon Dock. I'll go way down here at the bottom, and the winner is Willahima Swearingen. Willahima Swearingen, the $20. I put it right here. And then for the big red snapper, it's amazing how one fish can cause this much controversy with all these regulations. It is all the red snapper, because everybody loves that red snapper. And the winner of this week's red snapper is Rayford Neighbors. Rayford Neighbors. All right, so that takes care of that. Now let's get into our fishing report real quick, and we're going to start over here at Destin, up under the bridge. I know what's going on there this time of year, late summer. You can always catch some redfish under the bridge. Now you need to do it on an outgoing tide, and these kayakers, it's one of the latest crazes of the kayakers is to catch them, but you don't have to have a kayak. You can get them bridging along these pilings here. Excellent place to catch redfish, outgoing tide. You can use top water, have people catch them off top water. Some of the old stretch 30 plugs, any kind of big plug. Of course, the best thing is if you can catch some live bait like a crab and anything floating out. And it's as simple as that. It sounds simple, and it is if you got the right bait floating in front of their face. All right. Now let's go move on from Choctawhatchee over here to Hogtown Bayou. Hogtown Bayou has been real slow. Got a report right in that area there. It's been really slow up there as far as speckled trout. Remember, speckled trout's going to be in deep holes in August. It's not going to be a lot of movement. Let's go down the Intercoastal Waterway in the West Bay. The West Bay Bridge still holding some drum. All summer long we've got some pictures of drum being caught at the West Bay Bridge, and it's my understanding and my reports that it's still catching some right in there. Okay, also triple tail fishing. We don't talk about it a lot, but it's been successful in certain areas. West Bay, it's been a slow week on West Bay. Talked to some fishermen that's fished it, and again, the speckled trout and the redfish are there, but they've been reluctant to buy it. It just hadn't been a real productive week, and a lot of this oppressive heat has kept a lot of people out. And the tide movement was good the early part of the week, but it hadn't been good today or tomorrow. And dock fishing has been okay over there toward the Pretty Bayou area. And then, of course, talk about bridge fishing. The Hathaway Bridge right there is excellent again for the redfish, the big bull reds, and try to get them all. Flounder fishing has been picking up a little bit too now. Flounder fishing around the docks. East Bay, I got some good reports. Now the Tender Bridge, always speaking of bridges, Tender Bridge again, and really Tender Bridge has a lot less traffic. Tender Bridge, and it's really easier to get to because you can get to it really on both sides pretty quick, and a lot less traffic. So if you want to do some red fishing, I'd recommend to go over to that area to do it. Okay, East Bay has been again, it's like West Bay, has been a little slow, but there have been some good catches coming in off there. I do want to talk about. I want to get on down to St. Joe Bay because people keep asking me. But let's go ahead and talk about Mexico Beach while I have it right here. Here's Mitch Coleman's Florida Days report. Water temperature is 87 down there, 87 degrees, and it's going to that's really warm. But he made a good point. Now the bait is going deeper. We're talking about speckled trout going deeper and everything. This time of year, even the bait is going deeper. So that tells you something. He said there's still good numbers of kings being caught on structure in about 50 to 60 foot of water. The beach fishing is slowed down because of the grass. I was at the beach this past week, and the grass is bad up close. If you get out a little bit deeper, not bad. He said a few flounder are being caught in the canal too. So that's the Mexico Beach report. Let's go down to St. Joe Bay because I know a lot of y'all are going scalloping this weekend, and I get constant calls about where are these scallops. Well, I haven't been since the July 4th week, but the reports I'm getting, scalloping has picked up. This past week has picked up. I've gotten Bill Adams got a good mess down there. Several friends of mine have reported good catches, and they've gotten big enough now. This is what we said. I don't know if the full moon hadn't had something to do with it. Right after the full moon, they started popping up all over the place. So it should be a great weekend to go scalloping. The weather looks good and all. So where do you go? Okay, let's go in here to Black's Island. We always use Black's Island. We always use Black's Island as a ground zero. Okay, we got it right here. And let's go into Black's Island. Now, if you notice these channels here, they've been getting some off these channels here, and then you have Conch Island. Okay, let's go to Conch Island right here, Black Island, Conch Island. Historically, this has always been a good stretch right through here. Excellent stretch here, and then north of here last summer has been really good. The folks are getting them right in here. You got a fairly deep channel, but I tell you the biggest thing that concerns me. Bill said they had to walk their boat out. The people were just on top of everybody. Just the people coming in within 20 to 30 feet and anchoring next to them. And we're talking about trying to stay a football field length away. And just have some common courtesy. If you see 2 or 3 boats over here, and some of them are families, they're side by side. That don't give you the right to go right next to them and throw out your anchor. Give them some space. You can always swim around. But more importantly, be careful when you're driving through with your boat. Make sure everybody's slowing down. So the scalloping should be excellent. That would be if I wasn't going to Montgomery, I'd be out there, and maybe next couple weekends I'm gonna hit it hard. So keep sending those reports in, let people know how you're doing. But it's been a good week on scalloping the last couple of days. I'm anticipating this will be the biggest weekend of scalloping we've had as far as getting some good sized scallops. Okay, that takes care. Blair Morgan said it's been slow on St. Joe Bay, and the group offshore has been slow. He said. The storm, we talked about that. The storm hadn't been bad this week, but that was last week. So, but the big thing is it slowed down a little bit as far as the bay fishing for trout and redfish in St. Joe Bay. All right, we've got to start wrapping things up. We'll make sure and do something good for someone. Well, I was talking about doing that, and I'll get some good reports of y'all doing that. So, enjoy the great outdoors this weekend. It's gonna be a great time to get out, go to your food plots, or get out or come up to Montgomery, or do some scalloping or some fishing, or all kinds of things to do here in the Florida Panhandle. You have a great day. Again, do something good for someone. Have a beautiful weekend, and God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.